hit the wrong button.
There you go.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 172.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
2 episodes.
It's a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes.
And we're back. We took last week off for Thanksgiving. I hope you and your family, or maybe your friends, because you hate your family like I do. I mean, I love my nuclear family, and we're talking extended family. Hope you guys had a lot of good food. I had steak, and we made one small little turkey. So,
how come you had steak? That's like against everything, all the rules, right?
Do you want me to rant on how terrible a turkey is as a celebratory meat? Turkey is terrible.
Why?
It's dry.
No, it's not.
It is.
You gotta cook it right.
Out of all the meats in the world, are you going to choose turkey?
Well, they did apparently.
Well, yeah, it's a showbird. It's a showbird.
It's a showbird.
You know, and honestly, I'm taking this from John's podcast because he said it, but he said it looks beautiful on the plate, but once you dig into it, it's just, I don't know. So we had steak. We had a small.
I just want the sides. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, the sides are good. We definitely had the sides. So anyways, guys, welcome to episode 172. Thank you so much. I want you to go to gigeconomyshow.com. It has been revamped. We're still tweaking a little bit, but you can get a lot of news there now. Pretty much every day there's some updated news about what's going on in the gig economy. And, of course, you can subscribe to the audio podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, if you could give us a like, that would be great. I noticed last week when Steve was on and had some of his friends on, we had 17 likes on YouTube.
It was awesome.
And so I need to start encouraging you guys to like the videos so that we
like and subscribe.
So we can show up a little bit.
Yeah.
Want to thank our Patreon members, Larry, Samson, Steve, Bud, Omar, Delivery Cats, Jamie, Frank, Joe, Nate, and John. Appreciate you guys so much. If you want to join them in being part of the Patreon, you can go to patreon.com, search the Gig Econ Podcast, or just search the Gig Economy Podcast for all those special perks. Comment right here, and I know this guy, and it's driving me nuts, and you got to use your damn name because he shows up like once a year. I think he was in the Telegram group. I'm struggling on the name. But he was I think he was on Patreon too. I'm terrible with names, but thank you for showing up again. I think that's him. We'll see if he comments. I could be completely wrong. So, Jesper, tell me about the Telegram group. Speaking of that.
So it's just something is wrong with it because you completely split it. Yeah, anyway,
just go with it.
I know. But you're throwing me off.
How? So, like, we're professionals. Just go with it. Okay. So I even led you into it, and you still I'm confused. I'm a boomer.
Yeah, but don't say that. Okay, I'm turning 50 next fucking year. This is ridiculous. Okay, so Telegram group. Don't go to the App Store. Download Telegram. And once you have that on either your iPhone or your Android of choice, then you go to the link in the subscription and you sign up for the group.
Yeah, and that's a place what is the Telegram group?
So it's just our own little community that when you're out driving and when you're not driving, whenever you feel like you join in on the conversation. And yeah, I guess I haven't been in there in a little bit, so I don't know. But it wasn't always for everybody. So be careful. Sometimes there's talks that can be.
Oh, you're selling it so well.
I know.
Like it's not for everybody.
No. But what I meant is it's a good community. I like everybody, but sometimes there's adult talk.
Well, yeah, we're all adults
because there's a lot of frustration being, handed out and that kind of stuff. But it's definitely good. It's a good place where you can kind of, share opinions and talk about pros and cons and what's things to do in the gig economy. So yeah,
for sure. Okay, stories from the road. It's been Jesper like 2 months.
Probably.
Are you working this weekend?
No.
Jesper, you're getting into a routine of not working.
Well, the problem is I'm working 60 hours at work at my own job.
Well, you got to get out and do a little gig work, stretch your legs a little bit.
I know,
in a metaphorical sense, because you won't be stretching your legs because you'll be driving. Just go out and drive for 9 p.m. to midnight for 3 hours.
9 to midnight. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I wasn't. I probably am not going out this weekend. It is my weekend to work, but my wife and I are celebrating our anniversary.
Congratulations.
But she is feeling a little under the weather. So if she continues to feel under the weather, then I am going to work this weekend.
Yeah.
But my quests were terrible. I think it was I actually saved it.
I haven't even looked at mine.
I saved it in the group because we always got to bring up the quest, just because it's fun to talk about. And it's fun to see if you guys get the same one. So I got 60 trips. All right. Quest 1 is 60 trips for 80 and then 10 more trips for 30. So what is that, 110? They're both the same, 110. Or I can do 50 trips for 55 and then another 20 for 55.
Mine is better than yours.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you haven't been driving.
I get 60 trips for 95.
Oh!
And I get 10 extra trips for 35 extras. I make $130 I can make. Woo,
well, I mean,
for
mine's
70 trips.
Mine's only 120.
I know.
No, you got to make more than 130.
No.
Is that it?
95 plus 35. That's 130. Yep.
Oh.
And Quest 2 is 65 for 50 trips and an additional 20 trips for an extra 65. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I got nothing on Lyft. So, I don't know, Lyft. And I'm not the only one because people have been saying that the quests have been starting to go down. What are you looking at?
Well, I do have an extra. I have Wednesday the 29th.
That was
which is today.
Tonight.
I could have made $110 if I did 10 trips.
Just for today?
Yep.
What the fuck? Why didn't you? I never see those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so random.
Earn $110 extra when you complete 10 trips. Rides only. Yep.
Wow, I need to get those. No, I'm worried about the quests a little bit. I'm worried about that they're going to go, they're just trickling us down, and then they're going to go to remember the other one we talked about where you have to like earn $300 and you get an extra 20 or whatever. Like, I'm worried they're doing that, or maybe it's just because it's getting around the holidays.
There's so many drivers out right now. They don't have to do anything.
Well, yeah, because everyone's trying to make money for their Christmas presents.
Talking about that,
like
one of the stories tonight is about that. You know, some of the drivers who started driving around holiday for extra money, and it's like, it's good. It's good for them, right?
Good for them, not for me.
So many drivers.
Yeah, I might have to do some flex this next month just to, if I can't do rideshare.
What are the flex rides right now?
I haven't really looked at them much. I'm sure they're kicking though. Usually after Black Friday for the month and some change, they're pretty good.
I saw that. Interesting. I read an article that Amazon is now the largest delivery company in America.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
They flew through UPS.
Wow. Well, I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone buys on Amazon now. I mean, I rarely get stuff from UPS. Although Amazon still goes to UPS for some things.
But it's still, I mean, I order one day and I'll have it the next day. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't beat it. I mean, they just have the network. So, stories from the road. I'm going to try to remember these because these are from a while ago, but I wrote
2.5 months.
No, that's you. I wrote Uber Pet Lady. So this was a ride that I swear when I accepted it, it wasn't Uber Pet, but we all miss stuff, right? We're driving, whatever. So I get to Meijer and I pull up and there's no dog. And I was like, oh, sweet. It's like somebody that orders an XL that maybe just wanted more room. I don't know why you would order an Uber Pet and not have one. I mean, Chris Postumus said, he says like 2/3 of his Uber Pets are no pets. So I don't know I don't know. I don't know why you would do that. Maybe they've had good luck with getting nicer cars, and so that's why they do it. And maybe it's a little bit less than a Comfort or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I pull up. I'm like, whatever. It's at the kind of the 28th Street Kalamazoo Meijer, so not the best Meijer in the area.
Right.
But and not that it really has nothing to do with the story, but I don't know why I brought it up because I'm stupid. But anyways, I pull up. She was like, oh. I said, no dog. And she's like, no, I was wondering if I can add a stop and then go pick up my dog. And I'm like, what do we talk about? Like, if you're going to add the stop, do it before so I don't take it. Because I'm not taking multi-stop stops or multi-stop rides. And so I was like, okay. I was like, what kind of dog is it? And she was like, a husky. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. She's like, well, I ordered Uber Pet. I said, yes, you did. We have the right to refuse it. And I also said, you're welcome to cancel this ride and order another one. And she's like, no, it's fine. You can just take me to my first destination. I said, also, it is frustrating for drivers when you don't tell the truth at the beginning and order a multi-stop ride. Because I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have accepted this And I thought, and then I gave her another out, like, you can cancel this. Like, it's no problem. You can order another one. She still wanted to do the first leg. And I was like, oh, God, I'm getting a 1-star or a report or something like that. I never got anything. I mean, my rating didn't go down.
But maybe she understood, though, too, that, she did the boo-boo. Some people are actually.
Yeah, maybe she was like, yeah, I should have done that.
Well, exactly. But so here's a question for that, though, is can you do a multi-trip and only have Uber Pet on the second trip?
No.
You can, right? You have to do all of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So. But I mean, but my point is if she would have requested it a multi-stop on Uber Pet, I still wouldn't have taken it.
Correct. Yeah, because you don't do two-stop. No.
Not multi-stop. Because you just never know what you're going to get into. Mm-hmm. It could be something simple, but it could be something terrible, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you got someone's laundries, stuck in your back.
I just hate that. Like last time I drove, I had somebody who added a ride the moment I picked them up, right? And it's just bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
I just hate it.
My second story, I almost had pukers. And so
in your new car?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They would have lost something more than their gun.
It was 10:30, y'all. Why are we so shit faced at 10:30? So I picked these gals up at I was gonna say Gun Lake Casino, 20 Monroe Live.
Okay, yeah.
And they were at a country show, and they were older. They were probably my age,
75.
No, but like our age, I would guess.
Yeah.
Maybe a smidge older. Maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But like,
right.
Well, it kind of does because like they're shit faced. The two in the back. The one that's driving the one that's driving. That's me. The one that's in the front seat is drunk but not bad. She starts like talking about music, and these girls in the back are like, so I give them a bag or whatever. So then I'm driving, and they live north, and their stop is the Score. I was like, what are we doing here? They're like, oh, our cars are here. I said, what? They were going to drive home.
No.
And I was like, listen, I mean, you can do what you want, but I think I should just drive you the rest of the way. And they said yes. And it was only like 7 more miles. And I know. It's like, well, what happens is they can't get an Uber from where they live.
Right.
So they drive to the Score, get an Uber and stuff. But I'm like, girls, in my head, I'm like, if you're going to drink that much. So that was fine. No one puked. I gave them bags. One took one left it in the car, and I was like, whatever. But the bad part about that ride is I almost ran out of power, Jesper.
Oh,
I was already rolling the dice when I took that ride, and then I had to go 7 more miles north. So I'm on my way home. I'm down to 15 miles. I'm on 196 westbound, ready to get off at my exit, the Granville exit. It starts blinking, and then it says low. Oh no! First it says reducing propulsion, which means it's reducing this. Like I can't just hammer down the gas anymore to try to save the battery. Which I'm like, okay, whatever. I can still go 70. But then it took my miles away. It just said low battery. So I'm like, I'm counting on these miles. I know how many miles it is to get home. So fucking rolled in, and I never ran out. But I'm just like.
How many miles were left?
It didn't tell because it went away. It went blank at like 15, not blank, but it just kept saying low battery, charge soon. Yeah, no shit. But don't take my miles away. Like it's like your fuel gauge where it like counts down. But with the fuel gauge and my Pilot, I've gone -30 on that thing and still had gas left.
-30?
Yes. It's gone down to 0 and then 30 miles.
So I was watching a YouTube video today of somebody who bought it was a Hyundai electric. I forget the name of it.
The IQ.
Yeah, exactly. And he was saying that for that particular model, I don't know if he's saying anything with just that one, but if you charge the last 20%, it actually degrades the battery. So you can you should only charge to 80% because the more you charge the last 20%, the battery quality gets worse and worse every time you do it. Is that true for you too?
Yeah, it's true for all those batteries. You're supposed to do that. But here's the thing. How much is it really going to degrade?
I don't know.
In a 10-year span. Well, yeah, I'm balls deep in the subreddit group. So we've talked about this for forever. And most people the general consensus is if you have this car for 10 years, it might degrade like 6 or 7%. Is it
Right.
really that big of a deal if you can only charge to 92 or 93%? So I don't know. I typically only charge to 80.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm going to Uber, like on a Thursday night, I will charge it full. So Friday I have the whole thing. But I'm telling you something. I put snow tires on that thing in this cold weather this week. Oh my God. It eats the battery so bad. It's just like I can watch it in real time just go clink, clink. So it'll be interesting Ubering because those snow tires are so aggressive and they're, you know.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yep,
So they're not like sleek, you know, where you're driving down the road. They're softer. So yeah, my battery.
That'll be interesting to see how that's gonna work.
I know. I'm fearful that during my shift, in quotes, I'm gonna have to go to a supercharger because I mean I'm probably not gonna get a whole night's in.
So in Denmark, he was the guy in Denmark.
Okay.
And he was saying that they generally would spend. So he would just charge. So in Denmark, apparently, maybe it was always like this. I don't know, but it's cheaper to charge during the night because
that's when I charge 11p to 6a
because the gas is the electricity is cheaper that way.
Yep.
Anyways, and he said they spend about $5 every 2 weeks in electricity.
And he charges every night?
No, every 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, it costs me about $8 to fill up from 0 to full.
Right.
If I charge from 11p to 6a. In fact, that night that I ran out, I actually didn't even get to 100% when it shut off at 6. That's how dead it was. It was
okay.
So it charged for 7 hours straight, and I still wasn't. I was close. I was at like 92.
Okay.
But
So do you use an app to charge with? Because he was saying that he had an app that would automatically shut the battery off when, like, after 4 hours. Or something.
I bought a charger from Amazon.
Okay.
That sits on my wall, and it's all controlled by an app and everything.
Okay.
I mean, Chevy has one like built in. The Chevy app is absolutely garbage.
Okay.
It was shocker. But
I think he said his app was called Monte or Monta or something. I don't know, whatever.
But mine's built in the charger, and we'll get off the EV train real quick. But I have to tell you something that's really cool. So this EV charger I have, the company makes some sort of switch that you put in your electric box, and when you have excess solar, it bypasses you're sending it back to the electric company and sends it to that charger.
Oh.
So you basically can charge for free. Now, I would be charging during the day if I had it plugged in.
Right.
But, like, isn't that fucking tits?
Oh, it is.
I mean, why send it back to the electric company? Direct it right into my...
Have you thought about how quickly you could pay for a battery if you would just, instead of sending it back to the...
The problem is I need more panels. I don't have enough panels to produce that much. You know what I mean? If I had to... It's a random text message. If I had to do it over again, I would have bought more panels.
Okay.
And if I at some point I'll buy floor or ground mounts to put in my backyard. If the city approves it. I don't know if they'll approve it or not, because I don't really have much more room on my roof.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm if I ever do it, I need to get the 2 of my trees on the front out first, and then I can fit lots of panels on my roof. So
I would recommend anybody that's listening that's thinking about solar, go bigger than what they say, because this is what they said to me, and I was a novice. They said, "Oh, we don't want to like upset the electric company," which I get it, because you have to work with them to get everything to work. They can be dicks about it and drag it out, so they made me get like 90% of what I could, instead of like 100 or 120%, they encouraged me to get 90, and I'm kicking myself. I should have said, no, if I want to pay for 120%, fucking put the panels up. Fuck the electric company. You know what I mean? You're still going to get my energy, my overfill back. Right. Like, I don't even know what, but anyways.
We digress.
We really digress.
Sorry, but it is pretty big for me. I want to get solar at some point.
I think you should.
The gig economy news.
Gig economy news. So this Reddit link was broken, or they took the video away, but I do have the video. Just a video of a Amazon driver watching a group of looters raid her truck. So nothing, crazy, but we'll play it and just digress or talk about it.
Digress.
the truck. In the truck, okay? Look, working right there. Oh my god. Hell, man.
I mean, she just, okay, we'll just stop it, but she just stands there, what are you supposed to do?
What's he supposed to do, right? I mean,
why is there so much, like, shoplifting and looting going on? Have you noticed that?
Oh, absolutely.
In the new, like, you just see videos of people just walking in and just taking stuff, and, like, no one stops them, no one does any, like, I mean, I don't want to get killed because someone's stealing, some makeup.
But it's not just that, though. It's also just in general, it's okay to be nasty.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's okay not to be kind.
Oh, yeah. Well,
but again, this too, I mean, you are right. I mean, robberies, theft. We have another video later when somebody steals a car as they're dropping off a DoorDash. Say, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah. I just can't get over just the blatant shoplifting.
Right.
I mean, the carts, I think one of the Myers is starting it. Maybe it's Hudsonville or whatever. But, they won't go a certain point in the parking lot. Like, you can't. And I don't know how that works.
Is it because there's no camera there?
Or maybe they can lock it down. But, I mean, they have some sort of device that doesn't allow it goes to your car. But then how would you load your groceries in your car then? Unless they can just lock that cart down. I bet they can make a decision to lock that cart so it doesn't go any farther outside the door. That must be. Yeah, you can look it up. It's happening. It's mostly in other cities, but I heard somewhere I read a title about that.
In Hudsonville, of all places?
I know, right? But I mean, it's somewhere where it's like it's not like in downtown Grand Rapids. It's like a suburb.
I was going to say, I would think I can see that on 28th Street in Kalamazoo, maybe.
I don't know. It's kind of strange, but
I know.
But yeah, you can look it up. So this next article, Jesper, I swear we've talked about this.
I don't know if we have.
I'm pretty sure, but
so we talked about something, but this is actually really, really cool.
All right.
And so this is Uber adding just a bunch of new features to it. Now they said they were supposed to do it already, so maybe it's already started. But so the title goes that Uber is taking steps to combat unfair driver deactivations, and what they're actually doing is some really cool stuff. So they are adding a bunch of new features to it. So they say starting Monday, which was, I think, last week Monday, Uber will roll out a technology that identifies riders or Uber Eats customers who consistently give bad ratings or feedback with the intent of getting a refund. So that's the part that I do not think we've talked about before. Because now they are going into that thing. What they're saying later on in the article as well is in 2025, they're going to start rider verification.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Which is really cool. They should have done that 10 years ago.
Were you not on the show when we talked about this?
Maybe not. When was that?
I just keep going with it because at this point.
Anyways, so this is very cool. So basically, so they're able to identify when people just want to get out of paying for the ride. The ride-hail giant also expanded its in-app review center to provide drivers and couriers with more information about why their account was deactivated, allowing them to request a review of the decision and share any additional information like audio and video recordings. That's also cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So there'll be an addition to that. Supposedly it'll be something you can now go in, instead of just say, all you can do is accept your deactivation. Now you can say, hey, something that didn't work. So obviously, and maybe we just talked about the audio recording feature that they rolled out earlier this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so the company also started piloting video recording and said Monday it would expand the pilot to iOS drivers in a dozen U.S. cities, including Atlanta, Denver, Dallas, Minneapolis, and select other drivers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we did talk about this because we talked about verifying riders that's supposed to come out
in 2025.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing that I think is cool is they are going to pilot voluntary drug tests for people who've been deactivated. So you can actually, if you've been deactivated, you can say, hey, if I've been deactivated because of this and this, give me a drug test right now.
Yeah.
So I think all in all, I think what they're trying to do is to just come up with a bunch of features to keep the drivers driving.
Well, we talked about it because remember I had said, what happens a lot is these features only go to a small market. Remember, right. And I said Boise, Idaho.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was with Steve was on the show.
Oh,
I think
maybe.
we briefly talked
Maybe we
about
talked about it a little bit then. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think everyone wants to shit on Uber. And trust me, I'll be first in line to take a shit on Uber. I will. But when I do see this stuff, I do like that.
Right.
I do like they maybe are trying to do the right thing. Now, as far as the audio and video recording, the last time I drove, I had a notification pop up on one of my rides that it may do this.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't a teen ride or anything like that, so I'm wondering why it did that. Is there an option that they...
For the riders, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. And I was like, okay.
Just like when I started getting the pins, that happened 2 years ago. All of a sudden, I started getting, it came up, hey, for you to accept the ride, you got to put in the rider's pin. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe that was
I remember I was so confused. Like, it says I'm supposed to ask for your pin.
Yeah. It's a good idea for people to don't steal this, steal the rides and stuff like that. But I like the verifying riders. That is amazing.
They should have done that 10 years ago.
The stupid names of like baller and and these crazy pictures, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, I do that on your social media. This is a professional business, and this is a company. We are doing a business transaction. I'm not saying you have to you can be any kind of person you want, but like when we're making the decision, I don't need, killer.
I'm interested to seeing how far they're going to take the verification. If they're just going to ask the rider to upload a personal an ID. Maybe that's all. I think
what they're going to do is they're going to verify it off the card, right? Their debit card.
Well, I would hope that they do some kind of a picture identification as well.
Riders will be identified based on simple third-party checks, like if your name matches the credit card on file. So if they put their name in, so it doesn't really verify, because if I create an account and I am using your card, I'll just put your name, and it's really not me.
Well, it's gonna say. I was hoping that they were more gonna say, "Hey, you got to upload a piece of your ID, and then you can." They just like before, just like with the drivers, they'll take pictures of you.
Yeah, it says if Uber can't verify a rider's identity, they'll ask for ID, but that won't be the standard. Which makes sense.
Should be the.
It should be. Although, where else do you have to upload an ID to do business with someone?
No, you don't. But Uber is. You can't say that, because in a lot of ways, Uber is the first.
Yeah, it is. It is a different business transaction, because you're getting into someone's car. It's a stranger getting in your car. It would seem like. Yeah, that's a good point.
And I think that the issue is, and I think this is what the media has made it to, is that it's always been that the driver is the dangerous part, right?
Yeah.
And the rider.
How's that beer? He wipes the mic.
The rider is the ones that are potentially at danger. It's like we are just as much at danger.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Both parties should be secured.
Yeah. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm liking they're actually trying. I would like to see more money, but that's always going to, you can take those features and shove them up your ass. I would rather have more money. But if you're going to give me anything, I'm glad you're at least giving me something.
Yep.
All right, moving on. This is hilarious. I got to give a shout out to Pete. He used to be on the show, used to be a host, and he chimes in every once in a while. But this is called the Thirsty Goose. Introducing the Thirsty Goose, the first of its kind portable urinal that helps you sleep better, adds convenience and bring a smile to your face. Perfect for use almost anywhere. And for those audio listeners, it's a beautiful black goose with a gold beak for some reason. But it's a legit company. If you click on it, it's portable men's urinal for the modern man. The world's most stylish portable urinal. There's a guy sleeping on a couch next to his Thirsty Goose. And I guess. We can become an ambassador. Can you? We should do it. We talk about Gatorade bottles all the time.
My concern about, though, can you close the beak? Come on, because
that's a good question.
Nasty if it's just open.
That's a good question.
Do you really want it in your car?
Wait a minute. They have two things. They have a hideaway bag you can put it in.
Okay.
And they have a glow-in-the-dark necklace. Very random. Not sure why that's an accessory.
Can you put your Thirsty Goose in the necklace so you have it around your neck?
Leak and odor proof.
Okay.
I'm still not seeing
So maybe the beak simply closes.
Oh, I got it. The beak is actually the closer. You don't actually piss through the beak. I'm looking at a picture on their website. That's what closes it.
Oh.
So you take that off, pee in it, put the beak back on. Okay, now we're talking.
I want a mechanism that opens the beak. You put your Johnny in.
Your Johnny. This is so funny. Is this can't be real.
Everybody, guys, this is Jason's gift for Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
He wants a thirsty goose.
If somebody sends me this, I will die. Oh my god.
We want a video review of it then, Jason.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, it says temporarily sold out. Pre-order sale for now, shipping in US early 2024. So no Christmas.
No Christmas.
I just don't understand this. Yeah, I want to know where I can put it.
Oh, you can put it all
well,
right.
I'm just saying, it's interesting. Like my Gatorade bottle fits exactly where I need it to go. So I don't know. I still have this damn picture of. Sorry about that. You probably want to see the thirsty goose. I don't know. I'm clicking on become an ambassador. I mean, we'll get 10% of the sale price. Wow. Okay.
How much are they?
Only $50.
$2,499.
No, they're $50. They're $50 on sale for $50.
Oh, okay.
They're usually $70.
There you go.
Oh, you get a free hideaway bag and a free necklace and free shipping. Oh my god!
So, anyways, this next video. Moving on, this next video, we talked about it a little bit. This was as we talked about the people stealing the packages. This is the woman who gets his car stolen while she's delivering food. So let's go ahead and watch it.
A Grubhub delivery driver finds out the hard way that you should never leave your car running unattended.
I feel like this is a setup.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
Did you notice that she didn't report the food? She didn't
take a picture.
Yep.
Somebody stole my car. Do you know him? No. They stole her car. Who? Somebody stole my car.
I don't know. It seemed legit.
It could have been, but again, just
what?
Don't leave your car on. I mean, it's not her fault, right? It's not her fault.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean,
she could have prevented it.
Right. And I don't want to be nasty to her.
Honestly.
But she should have locked her car and just turned it off.
So here's the thing. When I had the Pilot, I very often would leave it running.
Right.
But for some reason, since it's easier for me to get in my new car now because it locks automatically. Like I turn it off and I walk away. 2 steps away, it locks. I don't have to hit a button.
Because you have the dongle in your car, in your pocket.
Yeah, and then I do have to actually hit a little button on the handle, but then it unlocks all the doors. So I find that the convenience has made me lock it more, but there have been plenty of times. Mm-hmm. Not in the hood. I turn it off in the hood. I mean, it's like, I'm not dumb.
Michelle's new car, you don't have to touch the button. You just put your hands inside the handle, and the moment you do that, it unlocks.
I know. Megan's does that too, and I wish that was mine. Because, I mean, although it is nice, the button, you can hit it with your elbow. I mean, if you got your hands full, you barely have to hit it and it opens. So
I do the same thing. I mean, mine do the same thing. You have to click on. Another thing I like about Michelle's new car is that the dongles are different. So your seat, all your settings is controlled by the dongle. So it knows what dongle got in the car, and that's the settings it sets it to.
Interesting.
So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty fancy. The one thing my car doesn't have, which is annoying, like it has all these great features, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have a 1 or 2 driver. So like Avery, every time she was going to drive in my car, she jacks the seat up, and then it's like I got to readjust everything. Yeah. But I can't just hit a button. I got to like remember where that is.
Why doesn't it have that? That seems like that's an easy feature.
It has electric seats. Like I don't know why it doesn't have that button. Like how hard was it's like that's what I said. Chevy like put some really nice touches on that car and then just totally flaked on other things. Like they don't need that. I'm like that's like a common feature in most cars nowadays. Like stupid.
You should just talk to your car. Hey car.
Yeah.
Make it my settings.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is like speaking of settings, like Chevy is so stingy on not letting any third-party apps control that car either. Because like with Tesla and a lot of the electric cars, you can use different apps to like do settings and charging and stuff like that. Chevy's like, no third party. I'm like, come on, your app sucks dick. You know what I mean? Like, it's terrible. Do you know they got rid of CarPlay and they're going to make their own app?
What?
They got rid of Android Auto and CarPlay. So my car, the 2023, all 2023 models were the last cars that had CarPlay in it.
That's bullshit. The thing I was just seeing now is Uber is now integrating with CarPlay and Android even better.
Yeah.
So that's coming better integration. So you could actually use it.
Yeah. Honestly, I admit people might not like me for this, and I don't care. I don't think CarPlay is that big of a deal. It's kind of clunky.
I turn Android Auto off.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It works okay, but like it doesn't flow. Like I'm in my podcast, right? And if I get a text, it'll pull it out of CarPlay and show up, and then it's hard. Like Chevy, put the temperature on every screen. I can only see the outside temperature if I'm not in CarPlay. It's stupid. Like I don't know.
I mean, Michelle uses Android Auto a lot. Her car is the first one you don't actually even have to use the wire anymore.
Oh, mine's wireless too.
Yeah, it's wireless. But I would never do it with the Uber app.
Oh God, I'd never trust it.
No,
I want full control on my phone. I don't want to try it because even the sound is delayed a little bit on the CarPlay. It's kind of weird, but.
So anyway, just know, guys, lock your cars at all times and don't keep them running.
Right. All right, new app. I swear we've talked about this one, but
we talked about another one a while back. I don't know if we talked about Ridz.
Yeah, it's WRIDZ. It is not in Michigan because I went to go sign up because why not? Because that's what we do when we find new apps.
Sorry, it's not in Michigan. Yep.
It's right in Indiana and Illinois, though.
It might come soon.
Yeah. So it is subscription based. You choose the region or regions you like to drive in. You pay a relatively small monthly subscription fee, and you keep 100% of the fare.
Which is the model we've seen before.
Yeah. So listen to this. How to become a driver. So this might rattle some cages a little bit. People might be like, So it's $30 background check. You pay for it.
Right.
A $25 onboarding kit. Driver dash placard. Drug test. You have to be drug tested to be a driver for them.
Good.
Well, I know, but people might be like, that's stupid. Like, why should I be drug tested? So I thought, you got to schedule to attend an in-person interview with your vehicle. So you have to talk to somebody. Like, remember how we had to do that for Lyft?
I know.
And then submit a drug test and pay a small one-time fee for your welcome kit. So,
but you know what though? It keeps away the people who won't take it serious.
But I mean, why should people that use cannabis, which is legal,
right,
in Michigan, and maybe that's why they haven't come to Michigan? Because I think it's not legal in Illinois, and probably not Indiana because it's a red state. But maybe that's why. I don't know. I just think it's dumb for cannabis. Like, can it say THC friendly except that's the only one? Like everything else, if you get popped for, you can't be a driver.
But you can't. But here's the thing: you can't drive while being high.
But the problem is with cannabis, if you smoke,
it's gonna show up. No, I know. I get it.
For 30 days, it's still in there. So I think that I go round and round with this about bus driving too. I'm not like a super like pro marijuana guy. Like I feel like I like using gummies. It help with anxiety and chill time and stuff. But I can't anymore as a bus driver because if I get randomly checked or I get in a car accident, I'll lose my job. It's kind of the same thing. I just go round and round. You need to be able to have like a test that tests if it's still like active, like just like alcohol.
No, I get that. But then
what?
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, how long is it actually active? That's the thing.
Well, there's no really test for that. I mean, I'm sure there is, but there's not something in like quick real time. You have to do a blood test and all that other stuff. So, but anyways, I like the app. I don't know what the subscription fee was. I did have the FAQs up a little bit. I still have the Thirsty Goose up. I'm a little excited about that. Let me go real quick, see if it. There's a lot of videos you can watch, but It says relatively small subscription fee. So what does that mean? I mean, is it? Everyone's has a different definition of a small subscription.
Only
fee.
$2.95 a month.
Well, small to me is like Netflix, $15 a month. Like,
which, by the way, it keeps going up.
I know.
It's like
so does Spotify.
they all go up. Like,
I know.
What the fuck?
My kids, I ended up combining. They offered a deal for Hulu and Disney Plus with ads for both for $10, and they're just bitching. I'm like, watch the ads. I don't care. I'm not paying all. I mean, the app is horse shit anyways. The Disney Plus app rarely works correctly. But yeah, it's $10, which I think is fair for those two apps, but with ads. So you're watching a Disney movie and a fucking ad pops up. The kids are like, I'm like, deal with it.
we had ads.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
Throwing up. Yeah. Like,
speaking of ads, what a good transition, Jason.
I like that.
RMI Inspection has signed up again. I think this is their third episode. After this, they have 3 more. But you know what? If you need an inspection, if you have an at least 3-year-old or a car, I think that's the general rule for Lyft or Uber. You have to get it inspected. If you want to do this where it is a online inspection where you don't get nickel and dime by the mechanic, those kind of things.
Yep.
Check out RMI Inspections. They do it on video chat, go through all like the seat belts, the windshield, the tires, all that stuff. It's only $19 and you don't pay if you don't pass. So I think that's a very fair price. I know our Patreon and good friend Larry has gone through it with RMI Inspections, and he said it was quick and painless, and one of those things where Marv said he got his inspection from them. Did you use our link? Not that we get any money for the link. It's not a link based, but that's so funny. But yeah, I mean, you might as well do it.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, if you have something major wrong, you already fucking know.
Well, exactly.
And you should be bringing it in anyways.
Yeah, and don't bring it into Bell Tire.
Don't bring it in Bell Tire. But
they're not gonna.
At least bring it to your local mechanic if you if you need to do it. But yeah, RMI Inspections, they work great. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so yeah, I know they've gotten a few signups on top of Larry too. So I mean, for $19, fuck, it's over in like 20, 30 minutes, and you're on your way.
For me, it's more the convenience of being able to do it right away.
Yeah, I know.
It's not. I mean, not even the $19.
Yeah,
I think they could charge $29 and $49. I would still do it, but it's like, it's just so convenient.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I've been seeing gas trucks drive around. You remember we talked about that company that will come to your place and fill you up? Like, I would actually do that too, although it would have to be somewhat inexpensive. It couldn't be like highway robbery.
Right.
I mean, if it was $3 a gallon at the pump and they charged you $3.20 a gallon, would you do it?
I think so. But
how are you so busy that you can't get gas?
No, I know. And
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
but I don't think it's people who can't get gas. I think it's people who just don't want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like for instance, and again, I love my wife more than anything in the world, but she hates getting gas.
You know what? I love my wife more than any in the world. She is scared to go through car washes.
Well, there you go.
So I take her car through the car wash.
Right.
So we do things for our wives that they don't
we
like
do.
to do.
We do, and they do things for us that we don't like to do. Anyway,
I'm not going to say audio what I just did.
So
you got to watch the video for that. But what were we on? What were we doing? How did we get on that? Oh, RMI Inspection. Sorry.
Yes.
Check them out.
Check.
Like, what story were we talking about that we were talking about?
So this one here is interesting, and I read this. I read the Reddit, and I'm not sure that I remember what the actual rules are. So, but here
I know.
So let's, because I know how I do it, right? But I'm pretty sure I do it wrong.
I'm pretty sure I do too.
So the story goes, why did this driver not confirm his name? So he said, I just had a strange experience and wanted to clarification on what could have possibly occurred. I'm currently on a work trip and ordered an Uber from my hotel to the airport. When the Uber arrived, it matched the car description, but not the license plate number.
Well, that's red flag number 1.
Absolutely, red flag number 1. I let the driver know before I got in the car and asked him to confirm the license plate number on the app, but he grew combative and said it was the one on the car. It was not. I then asked him for his name, and he countered that question by asking for mine instead. For reference, I rarely use Uber, only for work-related things, and told him that I thought the app had the information. He said it didn't. And when He couldn't confirm the name. I told him that I wouldn't be telling him mine for safety reasons. He said, same here, then I won't be telling you mine for safety reasons. It should have confirmed my name on the app for you. Tell me what is my name. So, important note number 1. Car matched the descriptions. Number 2, license plate number did not match the one on the app. And 3, would not tell me his name and did not know me. Did not know mine.
So you're asking what is the actual rule?
Well, I'm pretty sure the rule is the rider has to say his name as he gets in.
That is what my thought is too.
Right. Because I always go, hey, is this Joe? Get the fuck in my car, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do. And
yeah.
I don't say it that way.
Right.
But you know, and because I always think it's nicer. It's like, hey, are you Joe? Yep, I'm Joe. Get in the car. And I know that, of course, the way of doing it that way, anybody can say, sure, my name is Joe.
Right. Exactly.
And that's the problem that it's opening up for.
Yeah.
And so I get that. But I don't know.
It didn't say, did this guy actually take the ride?
He did not.
Okay.
Because he ended up not taking the ride because of the license plate. And again, no, I mean, definitely do not take the ride.
I wouldn't even open the door. If it didn't match, I would have moved on. I would have just canceled and walked away.
He says, it was 4:00 in the morning. I was in a dimly lit street in a large city I've never been in before, and I got a bad feeling and just walked back into the hotel. I canceled my Uber ride and called another one. Good on you. I mean, obviously, if the license plate doesn't match, you don't go.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had it twice where my license plate changed because, you know, I renewed and I got a new license plate or whatever. It takes like 2 hours for Uber to change the license plate in the app. Okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. So my guess is this guy was being shady.
Oh, absolutely. He was being shady.
Yeah.
So that person here may have just avoided something large.
Yeah.
So good for you.
Hashtag check the plate.
Hashtag check the plate all the time.
Yeah.
And actually, Jason, you and I were talking about this, and so we want to encourage all your riders, okay, and all the drivers too. If you're driving at night, and it is, and you're picking up after bar people, and you see them don't check your plate, encourage them to check your plate.
Yeah.
Because we need people to learn that behavior.
Yeah.
So make it a habit to say, hey, did you check my plate?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I wonder as we have become in this era, why aren't the parents encouraging their kids? Like, hey, when I know you're going to use Uber tonight, which is cool. Right. I'm glad it's there. So like when you're drinking, you're not going to drive, but make sure you check the plate of the car.
Yep.
Just be careful. Like, you know, we should be instilling that just like anything else as a parent, you know?
Well, but I mean, you should always follow common sense. Right?
Well, but you get drunk and, you know, people handle alcohol different. Like I would still check the plate regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be blurry when I check it, but I'm going to know, I'm going to eventually go, okay, that's the right plate. It might take me 20 seconds.
I might be on my knees in front of the plate behind
like this, like looking like this. But I'm going to check it. So anyways. But no, I like your advice. We talked about it a couple shows ago. Just make sure you encourage people to do that. So this is just kind of funny. This was a, I don't know where it's from, a Facebook. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Another rideshare driver carjacked in DC, but the tweet or the Facebook or it's Reddit, sorry. Another driver carjacked, 3500 block Wardener Street, Southwest in DC, Northwest. 2 guys with a gun reportedly ordered an Uber, then carjacked the driver of a black 2013 Toyota Corolla. The driver's side headlight is out, and the car has mechanical problems that limit it to 30 miles an hour. And like the first comment's like, the car has problems that limit to 30 miles an hour. Jesus, they might have done this poor guy a favor if he can get insurance to pay. Like, I'm wondering if this happened after the carjacking, but like, I mean, just you can't make this shit up.
I know you really
you
can't.
really can't. Like, can you imagine getting an Uber? Oh, like that one janky car that took you to the airport or to the hotel, which it wasn't an Uber. But can you imagine that? And you're like, we can't go over 30. I'm sorry, what?
I know.
Fucking idiot. So funny.
So this one here is a TikTok that's really interesting, and obviously it happened just the first part of it happened just prior to Thanksgiving, because the rider ended up inviting her driver to Thanksgiving, and it went kind of viral. I mean, she's got just shit ton of views on TikTok. So go ahead and play.
14 seconds.
Update. My Uber driver that I invited to the party.
He's cashed out sleeping. So I don't know if he's like drunk or if he's just so full of.
So a lot of the comments was like, if he woke up next to you, he got a great time.
I've tried not to be. I was gonna say she's pretty, but I was like, I'm not gonna try to be that guy. But of course, that's what the comments are. So have you ever been invited to?
Nope.
No.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Once I was invited to come into a party with some girls, but it was just fun and games, and I had just dropped them home, and they were gonna go after the party, and so of course I didn't do it. But it was
I've been invited probably a handful of times, and I've always said no. Like it's just I don't know. I'm not that type. But if you're single and they're like fuck yeah, let's go party. Like I don't know. I wouldn't want to party with just random people.
Keep things separate. That's what you can't be. No, I would never. I hope I would never. I should put it that way.
I mean, even if you were young, though, no kids, just like, making extra money on the weekend.
When I was young, these things were not around, okay?
Yeah, true. I'm just saying, if you were young right now, we know you're old and going to be 50. No, you wouldn't do it?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, you would.
Okay,
you were young
fine.
At some point. So, this story is, I don't know, it's just interesting. Ladies, don't do your makeup in my car. This is a taxi service, not a salon. Wake up 10 minutes early and do your makeup at home. I don't have to clean up after your mess.
But is it really such a big mess?
Well, I know that some makeup, the powder that they put on will drop on the ground.
Get over yourself. I'm sorry. It's like let the poor woman put a makeup on.
I mean, do we want ugly women out there? I mean, let her get pretty if she wants to. Like,
But it's not a big deal. I mean,
I know. Women have put makeup on my car. I've never seen a mess.
No, never.
Like, I mean, I guess my wife doesn't do this, but like, I know my friends have wives that have just this display of makeup. Like, if it was something like that where they opened it up and like we're like putting, it's like a brewery back there or something. You know what I mean? I might be like, hey, what are we doing back there? I don't know why I said
a big paintbrush.
Yeah, well, it was just in my head. It was something that had like lots of tanks, and I'm like a brewery that all the makeup comes out.
I remember it was the funniest thing, and this says nothing about my driving. By the way, I'd like to point that out. It says nothing about my driving.
Okay.
For the longest time on my other vehicle,
the other van?
Yeah. Oh. My daughter had found that there was a face print on the back of my the third row on the headrest and the seat in front of her. There was a face print. Like a drunken girl had like been apparently one of my sudden breaks. She like
and sweaty clearly.
And like you could see the whole side of her face.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. No,
it was like 3 or 4 weeks, and she's like, Dad, you got to wipe this off. I know. I keep forgetting.
That's so... And I can't believe none of your other passengers commented on it.
I don't know.
It's probably fainting out. So this is interesting. One of the comments had a girl doing something with nail polish one time. That is a big no for me. If you're doing it, first of all, it stinks so bad. Like when my wife does it, like if I'm down here in the studio and she's painting her nails, I can smell it down here. It's bad. Plus, can you you ain't getting nail polish out of your car.
Oh, no.
Out of those seats. Like that's going to stain.
But that's also just common courtesy. Don't
Here's a comment. I've done over 30K rides in 9 years. I've only found makeup stains once. Deal with it. Women are beautiful and they smell great. Amen, sir.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Preach.
We love it. We love it. All right, moving on real quick. Octopus Tablet is another one of not of our sponsor, but we want you to do it because I think it's a great program.
Yep.
You sign up, you get a tablet, charger, everything you need to put it in your car. Everything is free. The passengers can play trivia, all kinds of games and stuff like that. They are show ads. Actually, they are show more ads when they don't play with it than when they do.
Yep.
Just because if no one's going to interact, they're not going to put the games up as much. You might as well get the ad revenue. You know what I mean? So it's a great way to make extra money. They say you can make up to $100 a month.
I think you do have to drive full time to get that, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at my stats. I mean, if I don't know. Yeah, pretty close, or at least every weekend. You're putting 20, 30 hours in on a weekend. But what's really good is the referral program, and that's why we want you to use our link. And then obviously once you sign up, get your own link.
Yep.
But I mean, it's $25-$30 every time someone signs up. So
nice.
It's like if you have a group of friends that aren't signed up for it, you should definitely check it out.
And it's worth it. It's easy, and
it's you literally just have to keep it plugged in.
And I know for a fact that I've got more tips because of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
people love it.
If you drive and drive the bar scene, you should get it.
You know, one thing that I really do like about that, it lights up.
I know.
At night, so you can put a little light on your passenger when you're kind of like, what's going on back there? And one bad thing about my car, there's a lot of good things. The rear view mirror is so fucking dark. I mean, even in the daytime, it's hard to see people in the back, and other people have complained about it too. And there's just nothing. I mean, I guess I can get another rearview mirror put in, but I mean, I'm not kidding you. It's incredibly dark.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so that at least the tablet like highlights them a little bit and stuff. So, but yeah.
So Marviso is saying, how much do they pay? And I don't know.
You know, it's an algorithm of them interacting with.
I think he means how much you get in referral fee.
I think it's 25.
Okay,
and they do have program. I mean, I've won $1,000 from them. They do have like giveaways all the time. But it's but how you get paid is you get when you hit a certain amount of points, you can cash out $25.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why
$25 increment you get. Yep.
Yeah. So it's 250 points. The points are based on you driving around and interaction with the tablet, meaning someone taps on the tablet.
Correct.
So yes, you could essentially drive around and never have anyone tap it, but I bet it would take you a long time to get 25 points.
Oh yeah,
or 250 points.
Yep.
So yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Okay, this next one is for you, Jesper. What are we at? Time 59 minutes. Okay.
59
I know we flew through it.
I know it's good. So this is a.
Now you're right.
So this is a delivery. I think it's probably a DoorDash, something like that. But he goes. So he started by saying, "Found him." He goes, "My guy, for real. I just need 1 tub of vanilla, and anything else can be zubbed. If we have the Reese's W, we are okay. Low-key curious what y'all making, LOL. My friend, we're just obese and too suited to drive. there is no recipe. I got ya.
I love it. Zooted. I haven't heard that. Like, you're freaking zooted, bro. Like, that's so funny. I love his honesty. Like, nah, we're fat. And, they said obese, too. Like, that's like.
We're just obese and too zooted to drive.
And he's like, as a driver, I would die.
Chocolate and ice cream, buddy.
Yeah. We're just fat and ready to eat. So funny.
And on that note, it's 1 hour.
1 hour. Trying to see if there's anything worth talking about. We'll push that to next week. But anything. So what do we got going on? So next week is the 4th?
It is the first show of December. Can you believe it's already Christmas?
I know. Why did I bring up the weather app? I just did it again.
Don't know.
It's the 6th, so that'll be a normal show. Or if the B-side, we pull it off. And then Jesper's gone the week of the 13th. I reached out to Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. I haven't heard back from them, so I will probably have a guest host. And my guess, that will be the last show for December.
That'll be the last live show.
Yeah.
We may or may not do a couple of repeats. We have to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the top 4 or 5 episodes of 2023 or something like that. If you guys have any thoughts on what you want me to replay or something that you've heard, or I don't know, if you want me to just play an hour of Christmas music. Oh no, we can't do that. We'll get flagged. Something. If you want me to dress up like Santa and
naked like Santa.
No. Keeping my clothes on. No one wants to see this except my wife.
That's for his OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm telling you, OnlyFans, it's crazy how much some of them women are making. It's insane.
Because men are stupid idiots.
They are stupid idiots. They are. If I could take feet pics and make an extra $1,000 a month, I mean, wouldn't you do that?
Yes.
I mean, for an extra grand.
Can I share a nasty story real quick?
Yeah, why not?
So real fast. So a friend of mine, earlier this year, they went to the car show on 28th Street.
Oh, the Metro Cruise.
Yeah, Metro Cruise. And she was talking to some guy, right? Came up, and she was wearing sandals at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like 25 minutes into the conversation, because he just wouldn't go away, she realized that he had been recording her feet all the time.
The whole time?
The whole damn time.
Why?
He was just fucking weird. And then he started asking all kinds of weird things about her feet.
Well, he likes feet. I'm sorry.
It's like, what is this?
First of all, why are feet a fetish? I don't get that. Like, I get fetishes, like, but like when I see a woman and I'm like, oh God, get me a look at them feet. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at their feet. I'm telling you that right now.
So there's lots of fetishes out there, though, right? But
yeah. Anyway, guys, on that note, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
And don't let anyone take a picture of your feet. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.